Now is Kristen Walker from NBC's Meet the Press. Kristen, the government shutdown dragging on after Republicans rejected Democratic demands to extend health insurance subsidies. I know you're talking with Speaker Mike Johnson, House Speaker, and also House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries this morning. Do we have any sense of how long this could last?
That's the big question, Dan. What I can tell you is I've been talking to Democrats and Republicans throughout the course of this week. They agree on one thing. There are no real negotiations going on behind the scenes. So this standoff is just deepening. As you say, at the crux of this, Democrats demanding that any funding bill include an extension of Obamacare subsidies, which are set to expire at the end of the year. Republicans say they're happy to discuss that, but just not right now and not as a part of this funding bill. What does the public have to say? Well, right now, a majority of Americans pointing the finger at Republicans saying that they are to blame for this shutdown, but about a quarter of respondents stand saying they're not sure. So we could start to see those numbers shift around a bit, and that's why you're seeing this public messaging battle, which is going to be so critical to how this shutdown ultimately ends. Caught in the middle of all of this, federal workers, 750,000 have been furloughed. More than 1 million are working without pay. And of course, the president's threatening to lay off thousands more. The other people caught in the middle of this, the rest of the American public, which is watching and waiting to see what's going to happen with government services impacted. Will we start to see the lines at food banks get longer? Will we start to see critical checks going to families in need delayed or slowed? What about Social Security payments? That could be slowed as well. So there is a lot at stake here, Dan, all as this standoff deepens. And again, I will be talking to the House Speaker and the Minority Leader about this, all coming up on Meet the Press this morning.
Yeah, Kristen, also a lot at stake overseas with this new deal with Hamas agreeing to release all Israeli hostages after accepting parts of the president's peace plan. And I know you're speaking with Secretary of State Marco Rubio this morning. What do we know about this deal?
I will be talking to the Secretary of State about exactly that. We know that Hamas has agreed to release the hostages. When does the administration anticipate those hostages will be released exactly? What about the other points in the president's 20-point peace plan? Because Hamas didn't really mention those other critical points. That's where the devil's going to be in the details. We know that U.S. negotiators are in the region in Egypt trying to hash out those final details. But there's a lot that's unresolved. It calls for Hamas not being a part of controlling Gaza after the war and fighting ends. It calls for Israel to stop bombing in the region. We didn't see any bombs overnight, but there were some on Saturday. So this is incredibly complicated. This is also a key promise of President Trump's as this war nears its 2-year anniversary, Dan.
Yeah, coming up in just a couple days. Kristen, thank you. We will see